Hi, it's Sandy Wiley. Today I'm going to talk about a subject that everyone in their life has experienced at one time or another. I guess the birds are agreeing with me. Whether you're a child, whether you're a woman, an adult, a man, no matter what race, sex, religion, whatever your beliefs, every one of you has one time in your life felt intimidated by someone or something. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about intimidation today. Now, what is intimidation? It's that feeling well, for me, I'll explain what I feel when I feel intimidated by someone. I feel afraid. I feel like this person has power over me, and I feel weak, and I feel scared to speak up or to do something. I feel shamed. I feel insecure. And this person kind of has me frozen, okay? I'm afraid to go against this person. I'll give you an example, and a lot of you people might know it, actually. Do you remember, for some of you, when you were a child, okay, and either your mother or father, or maybe both, all they had to do was give you that look. They didn't have to raise their voice. In fact, they didn't have to say anything to you. All they had to do, for some kids, okay, for some of them, is to give you that look. And that was it. That look intimidated you. If you were one of those children whose parents, all they had to do was give you that look. And that's the whole point of it. That parents were, I'm not saying this is good parenting either, but that's the whole point of it, that, parents put the fear of Jesus in their kid, so that all they had to do was give them a look, and they stopped dead in their tracks, okay? So, and that's intimidation. And I'll just tell you what I think. I don't think it's right to be intimidating your children. I mean, children need to learn to respect you, agreed. But through intimidation, no. Because that's not respect. Listen to me now. That's not respect. That's fear, okay? When you respect someone, it's not out of fear, okay? So if you're intimidating your children, and you're saying that's respect, it isn't. At least not in my eyes. You can disagree with me in the comments, but anyway, so we all get intimidated. And intimidation, it's a negative emotion. It's a negative feeling because it prevents us from being who we are. It shames us, okay, from speaking up, from saying what we want to say. It shames us. It makes us afraid to do what we want to do because do you know a lot of people who give speeches, they get intimidated before they go on and talk to a group of people. Even people who do YouTube videos and get intimidated just by talking, in their camera or something. They're afraid, what are people going to think of me, when they see this video? Are they going to think I'm stupid? Are they going to say, they're not going to believe what I say, and I'm going to make a fool of myself? See, people are often afraid they're going to make a fool of themselves, or that there's going to be consequences. People are afraid to stand up for themselves. For instance, a lot of people are afraid to ask for a raise at work. They're intimidated by their boss. They're afraid, I can't go in there. I can't tell them what I'm worth and how much I've done, over the year, and and that I deserve this. What if he gets angry? What if he yells at me? What if he makes a fool of me? what, and they get afraid, what if he looks down on me? I mean, that's what intimidation is all about. It's about fear, you know. Um, and and often, we're intimidated by bullies. Um, the person we're often intimidated over or with is often a very insecure person themselves, because secure people do not intimidate. If you are secure in your core, okay? If you are secure in your core being, you're not going to need to intimidate anybody else because you feel secure, It's only the people that feel insecure. Those are the people that intimidate other people. But sometimes you can still be intimidated by people even when they're not trying to intimidate you. It's very true. It's very true. Sometimes, you can feel intimidated, and the person isn't really doing anything. You can be intimidated by someone's status. Like, for instance, if someone has a higher degree or a higher paying job than you, and that person's not doing anything to make you feel inferior. It's just because my best friend, she just got her master's degree. This isn't me. I'm just using this as an example. And I didn't even get my bachelor's. I had a girlfriend named Janice, and she was intimidated by her daughters. Why? Because her daughters got education. She never went to college. One of her daughters bought a house. She never had her own house. And her daughter was getting married. She was divorced. So she cut all ties with her daughter only because, well, it's really jealousy. But I think that she felt intimidated. She said she didn't even want to go visit her daughter or go to her wedding, because I think that she just felt so inferior, like me. I'm the exact opposite as far as my son goes, not my handicapped son, but my other one. He's going for his master's and his doctorates. His starting salary is like, gee, my husband had to work like till he was like, I don't know, in his 40s before he got that salary. I'm not going to say what it is, and we're both very proud of him. We don't feel intimidated because he's doing 100 times better than we did at that age. We want the best for him. We want that. So how do we, break this fear, break this intimidation? I think you have to build up your core self first. You have to work on yourself so that other people, it doesn't matter what other people think. I think that's the whole thing, okay? When it matters what someone else thinks about you, what they say about you, then you're going to be more likely to be intimidated, right? If you don't care, if it doesn't matter what people say about you or think about you, then you're not going to be easily intimidated by them. Now, it took me a very, very long time. It took me to my 50s, probably like my mid-50s, before I started not caring anymore what people thought about. I said, I'm too old. I don't really care. I'm not going to, I got to live the rest of my life doing me, doing my thing, doing what I want to do. And, a lot of people would probably frown on that. In a lot of ways, I'm not conventional. And I do a lot of things that that people would, think are, some people would think are immoral, or some people would think, like for instance, I had a OnlyFans. I don't have any more, but during COVID, when me and my husband, there was no one had a job in the household, and we couldn't pay our bills, and we couldn't even afford food to put on our table. I had to steal groceries. Everything was shut down because of COVID, so I couldn't get like a conventional job anyway because no one was going to work. So someone came up with the idea, some guy on the internet said, I'd give you a lot of money if you took your clothes off. And that's just how it started. I go, well, this looks like easy cash. We can't afford to pay the bills. They're going to shut. We didn't have heat in the house. I had to put it was horrible. I had to put the oven on. So when you look at me and you go, well, she went to Paris, or, oh, she went, here. This wasn't always me. There was a time when we couldn't pay the bills. We couldn't put food on the table. I was stealing. I was doing pornography to get by. So there you have it. Now, if I was the type to be intimidated by that, I would never say that to you. I would never tell you, because I'd be worried. What are you going to think of me? What are you going to say? But guess what? I don't care. Now there's porn videos out. Someone leaked porn videos when they were paying for my channel. It's all copyrighted. I did not give any permission, but someone found a way. It's called pirating, and it's against the law, people. But you have to prove who did it. I don't know who did it, but they got a copy of this one video where I'm using chocolate syrup. I did all these videos alone. I did not do pornography with anyone else. I was a one-woman solo act, okay? I wasn't with anyone else. There was no chance of disease or, VD or AIDS or anything, because I did it myself. All myself, one-woman act, okay? Well, there's this one video where I got chocolate syrup, like pouring it all over my body, my nude body, and doing, you can guess what. And I know that I took that video down. I took all my pornographic videos down, but yet that video is in like a half a dozen sites. Yeah. And there's no way I can get that off. I don't know who put it up there, but someone pirated the video. I guess one of my fans, I guess in my OnlyFans or my Patreon or whatever it was. I think it was my Patreon. I'm not sure. I had Patreon, I had OnlyFans, okay? Because, of course, YouTube doesn't allow those type of videos. And they, must have copied it illegally, because you can't copy those things. When you go on OnlyFans, you pay for the service. You pay to watch that video. The model who's doing the video, or the actor, that's their property. They're allowing you to watch their property for a price. It's not your property. You can't take that and put it wherever you want to. That's called pirating, right? Just like when you go to the movies, you see that they warn you, you can't film this movie. It's illegal. But, how am I going to know who did that? They probably have some bogus account set up somewhere that I'm never going to be able to find out who did it. And frankly, at this point, I don't really care. So there's some pornographic video of me on these internet sites, cam whores, or, sluts, and all these things that I don't want up there. I never gave permission to be up there. And why I'm telling you about this is I'm not going to let it intimidate me. I don't want it. I don't like it. But I'm not going to, there's no way I could try to go after. I don't even know who I'd be going after. I don't even have a name. I don't even have an idea. If I had an idea of who it was or something. I don't have a name. I don't have an idea. It could be a gazillion people. I don't know. But I'm not going to let it worry me. If someone throws it in my face, I'd say, you know what? I did it when I was down and out and broke. Not proud of it, but that's part of who I was. You don't like it? You can't deal? See ya! Bye! So I'm no longer intimidated. Because for the first time in my life, and I'm 58 years old, I don't care what you think about me. You can think I'm a slut. You can think I'm a she-devil. Whatever. Whatever. You can think I'm an old hag. I'm ugly. I got a big nose. I got, That's your problem, baby. That's not mine, okay? That's not my problem. That's your problem. So I finally feel, free of intimidation. And the way you become free of it is because you have more self-assurance. You're, and it takes a long, long time. I told you, I didn't even get that way till I was in my mid-50s, Before then, I was easily intimidated by everyone. Easily intimidated, you know. So it takes a long time, just to build up that core, you know, to be strong in yourself, and also I don't need anyone, and that's great. I work for myself. You know, I'm an author. I've just come up with my next book, Rocky Mountain. It's a poetry book, 200 pages, and I'll give you the link to that. I don't have the link right now, but I'll be getting it, and then when I get it, I'll put it down. I'll put the link on this video when I get it. It's probably going to be in the next day or so, but I'll put the link on the video. So, and you know, I don't get a lot of money selling books, but it's what I love to do. I'm not getting any money yet for these videos, but I'm working on it. I'm working on getting money for these videos, and so I'm my own person. I'm my own boss. I do my own thing. So I don't have to be intimidated. I'm certainly not intimidated by my husband or my children. And at this point, I have no friends, and I would never have a friend if I felt, you know, someone was bossy or this way or that, or like the Italians. I don't need you. So, you know what I mean? Sayonara. So it takes time. So don't kick yourself if you feel intimidated. It takes time to build up who you are. It takes time to have self-confidence. And that's through, you know, growth, personal growth. And, you know, and when you get that, then you won't be so easily intimidated. Okay, take care.